What's happening? CatVision once again coming at you live from that rubber scratching post to freedom. How's everybody doing on this fine Caturday morning? Here where I live, it's pretty rainy, pretty dreary outside, but inside, us and the cats, we're loving life. Me and the cats, we are loving life. Goggles is hanging out in his director's chair. He's loving life. Hanging out in his director's chair. He's the puppet master, right, Goggles? He is the puppet master, both in terms of the cats who live in my house and the people whose strings he pulls. Is that right, Goggles, or what? Yeah. And Clarice, let's go find Clarice. I believe Clarice is downstairs. She has, her favorite hobby is to hang out in my garage and stalk the mouse. There she is. What are you doing, baby? Huh? What are you doing? Where you going? I wanted to show everybody what you do. Where you going? I don't think Clarice likes streaming. We got to get Clarice used to streaming. She's coming upstairs, giving the FBI a good look at my house here. So I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a while since I've streamed. I know that the 0 people who are tuning in have been disappointed by that. But recently started a new job, so that's been taking up a little bit of my time. It's been difficult to, well, not difficult, but, you know, you have to readjust your schedule. And I think I've got things figured out now, so. But we're streaming now. We're here on CatVision right now, and we're loving it. Goggles is loving it. Clarice, perhaps not so much. Come here, Clarice. Come here, baby. There she comes. There she is. Hey, baby. Show the people your pretty eyes, huh? Show the good people of CatVision. Show the good people of YouTube your pretty little eyes. Come here, baby. Come here. She's the sweetheart. If Goggles is the puppet master, this one here is the heart melter. Right? Everybody loves Clarice because she's such a little sweetie. So we'll sit over here. Sorry, got to keep the cats in view. This is a cat stream, not a generator stream. Right, Goggle Man? Huh? Clarice and Goggles. Hey, if nothing else, I stream this and they do cute things which I can later clip or perhaps even edit into my shorts. Thank you all who watch my shorts. I really appreciate it. Maybe I'll start doing some. It seems like shorts is a good way to build up your subscriber base, and we're approaching 500 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Myself and the cats, we both truly appreciate it. We're glad to have you all as part of the CatVision family. As the subscriber base continues to grow, I'm toying with the idea of perhaps creating some long-form videos. So be on the lookout for those. I'm not sure exactly when that will start. This is all a learning process for me. There's a learning curve. I'm not technological per se by nature. I'm not a-technological, but you know, I was born in a different era where you had to actually, like, call your friend on a landline and have an actual phone conversation if you wanted to talk to that person. So today things obviously are much different. The world moves much faster, and I am trying to keep up. My my post-boomer tendencies sometimes, if not carefully checked, can get the better of me. I'm not a boomer. I'm a Gen Xer. But, you know, unfortunately, all Gen Xers are ingrained with some boomer tendencies, and that tends to be a love-hate relationship, I guess you could say, with technology. So, yeah, the cats are keeping it where I can't get them both in the frame at the same time. So we're just going to keep panning back and forth. I apologize for that. I did, some upgrades have been made to the channel. I did get it's still yet to arrive, but I've ordered some sort of phone camera stand with like a ring light that goes around it and like a little tripod. So that should increase the quality of the videos. Got a little remote so that I can turn on I don't have to be holding the camera. The camera could be sitting on the stand in a strategic location, and I could hit the button and I guess the camera will activate. It's got some lighting features that seem it was very basic, and it was, most importantly, it was inexpensive. It was extremely affordable. But I figured if 400 people have already signed on to check the 450 people, excuse me, if 450 individuals have already signed on to check out this stuff, that's worth a little investment, right? So when that gets here, we'll see what kind of improvements we can make. Oh, Goggles is giving us some stuff here. Goggles is cleaning his paws. Goggles was meowing up a storm about 4 o'clock in the morning while I was trying to sleep. I should have turned on my camera but I was just so comfortable under my wool blanket. It just wasn't going to happen. The fan was running in the background. I like it cool. I don't know how you guys like to sleep, but I like it cool. So I had the fan running, and I was, I like the environment to be cold, but I like to be like tucked away and warm. It's a funny dichotomy, I suppose. But yeah, so I was just too comfortable under the wool blanket to want to change that state of being at that moment, especially after putting in a long week of work. So yeah, things with the job are going well for anyone who's interested, anyone who cares, any of the 0 people who have tuned in at this point. We'll get there. If you stream it, they will come. That's my philosophy. If we stream it, they will come. Clarice is just loafing. Clarice is just going to loaf over there. Goggles is giving us the content, so I guess we'll keep the camera on him for a moment. Clarice, you're missing out on the attention, baby. You're missing out on the attention, baby. Let's move over here. Let's get a little Goggles in the frame. Yeah, so like I said, the job is going well. It's a good job. It's right within my skill set. It's seasonal in nature, so I get the best of both worlds. I can work for a certain amount of months out of the year and earn a little, a little scratch, and then I can sit home under my wool blanket and play Darkest Dungeon and lift weights more frequently and read more books and do other things that Rob Vision enjoys doing, Mainly playing Darkest Dungeon, lifting weights, reading books, watching videos about retro gaming to an extent, though I'm not as dexterous as I used to be. So mostly what that boils down to is I use my emulator and I just save state every time Simon Belmont whips an enemy. And then I'm able to, I'm able to make it work that way. As long as I save state every time Simon Belmont whips an enemy, I'm good to go. If I don't do that, then I'm screwed. Then I'm like, oh, man, I died. Now I got to go back to the beginning of the stage, and I've lost my will to play. I like the turn-based games like Darkest Dungeon or Final Fantasy. The NES Final Fantasy and the SNES Final Fantasies being my favorite, of course. Final Fantasies 1 through 6, I guess that would be. I just recently played Final Fantasy 2 for the first time, and that's an underrated game. A lot of people don't seem to find that one to be one of the best in the series, but I really enjoyed it. The story is very powerful. It's very rudimentary, but if you use your imagination a little bit, it's a very powerful story. It's you really, the way the game is designed, in my opinion, and I'm no expert on this by any means, but what I felt was just the constant pressure of the Empire that you as the player character are trying to bring down. You feel that pressure throughout the game. When you first start playing, there's airships flying over your head, and I wasn't able to quite figure out if they were meant to be Sid's airships from the town that's close to I forget the name of it, but the town that's close to Altair, the starting area, or if they're Empire airships. But in my imagination, I imagine them as Empire airships. So, you're supposed to oh, wow, there's the constant threat of danger from above. I thought it was a really cool game, and I'm about a quarter of the way through Final Fantasy 3, though I haven't had time really to play that so I'm just at the point, maybe I'm not even a quarter way through. I'm just at the point where you get the first job set. Not the first set that you get at the starting game, but you get, I guess it's the water crystal. I forget which, maybe the fire crystal. I think it's the fire crystal, yeah. You get the fire crystal, and then you get the access to the next set of jobs. So I'm right there. I haven't even changed jobs yet, but that's something that's on my list to do in the near future. So, yeah. But, yeah, NES, retro NES gaming, reading books, lifting weights, petting these cats. Those are the things that I like to do with my time. And like I said, the job is going well. I have a broad skill set when it comes to the type of stuff that I'm doing, and there's skills that I haven't necessarily applied in a practical sense, and well, in a professional sense, I guess I should say, in some time. So it's certainly nice to dust those skills off and see that they're not as rusty as I had feared they might be. We got goggles. So that's enough rambling about me, I guess. I got to talk. This stream is not going to be interesting if I don't babble, right? You got to babble. If you guys are going to dabble, I got to babble. That's how it is. It's just how it is. That's just how I see it. You know, you got to talk. That's how people get to know you. Let's get a little clarity. So you like their litter box? That's pretty cool, right? We got that on the Amazon, I think. Yeah. Yeah, pretty neat, right? I mean, I won't get like deep in there, but yeah, it gives them privacy, and at first glance, it doesn't just look like a litter box. I guess you could put I think I probably covered this before. You could probably put a real plant up there if you wanted to. But yeah, I thought that was cool. Where are you going? Where are you going, Clarice? Gonna eat food. Oh, is she gonna go downstairs? Let's see where she goes. Yep, she's going in the garage. She's going in the garage. See, the problem is, I think, when I come in the garage, that's what I'm telling her. Okay, baby, it's time to come out of the garage. I leave the door open here while I do basement things. I'm trying to slowly, there we go. Yeah. Trying to slowly. What are you doing? Go ahead, baby. Just be yourself. Just be yourself, baby. Yeah, so over there in that corner, you can see, can we zoom in? Yeah. You can see that drywall right there. She's already, I put it up as a short. You could check it out. She's already caught a mouse out of there. So, yeah. So that's her hobby. She likes to hang out either right there, or she's got a spot over here behind this. Yeah, see, over there, she'll just go hide right there. Now, I don't want to, I'm casting a shadow. We're casting a shadow. Can we put a flash on while we do this? Where'd she go? I don't know where she went. All right, well, what are you going to do? She's probably under the car. We'll go check on. There she is. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Go hunt your mice, baby. Go hunt your mice, baby. Hey, pretty girl. Hey, pretty baby. Come here. Hey, hey. Oops. Hey. Hey, come here. Where you going? I don't think she likes the streaming. We got to get her used to it. I had a dog once. His name was Peanut, and he was very, very, very photogenic, but I don't know, did not like, I think he thought like the camera was going to steal his soul or something. He would make all these adorable poses, and then you grab your camera. It was like Chandler Bing and his smile from Friends, if you've ever seen that. There's an episode where I guess him and Monica are taking wedding photos or something, and Chandler has a nice smile, but then the photographer says cheese, and all of a sudden it turns to just basically the worst smile you've ever seen. That was kind of how Peanut was, Obviously, he was still cute. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah, it's just he would be doing the cutest stuff. I want to document this. And all of a sudden, he would just become very self-conscious. I'm wondering if Clarice suffers perhaps from a little bit of that. Maybe, I don't know if she's very, I don't know. When I make the shorts, she doesn't seem to care much. But, I don't know, streaming, I guess, is a different animal. It's probably me more than her. I'm probably just trying to personify my cat too much. Goggles, on the other hand, he's the director. He sits in the director's chair for a reason. He knows what happens on both sides of the camera. He knows how the magic is made. Right, Goggle Man? He should be running the stream. He should be streaming me. He'd probably have thousands of viewers right now. If he were streaming me, if he had the camera on me, he'd have me doing all kinds of goofy things. Oh, excuse me. My 2,000 calorie breakfast is is repeating on me. Yeah, so for breakfast, I have, since I brought it up, for breakfast, I typically have a bowl of oatmeal with a half a cup of cottage cheese in it, and either some a half cup blueberries or a half cup of pumpkin, like a tablespoon of honey, a half a cup of milk and so I mix all that up in the oatmeal, and then so I top it with a quarter cup of almonds and a quarter cup of dark chocolate chips. Well, I don't know, 18 dark chocolate chips. So I don't know if that's exactly a quarter cup. I count those out, so I don't really have the measurement on that. So all that in a bowl, and then I have 2 bagels and a glass of milk and an entire pot of coffee, to which I add 1 tablespoon of creamer, half and half. And this morning I treated myself to a French vanilla. Hey, we got a viewer. Welcome. Oh, and they're gone. We had a viewer. It does happen. You see, people pop in. This is going to take off. I know it. So yeah, I don't know. All that adds up to about 2,000 calories. I think was a bit of an exaggeration. It adds up to about 12 or 1,300 calories. 2 bagels, the oatmeal that I described, a pot of coffee, a tablespoon of half and half, a cup of creamer, all right, a cup of milk, so on and so forth. Welcome, welcome. Goggles is sitting in his director's chair here. We had Clarice earlier down in the garage. She was chilling. Happy Caturday to you. Happy Caturday to you, the audience of CatVision, brought to you by Rob Vision. We're happy to have you here. Happy to be spending this Caturday morning with you. I was just saying earlier, if Goggles, he's in the director's chair there, if Goggles were running the stream, we'd already have 1,000 viewers. If he were streaming me, we'd already have like 1,000 viewers. But unfortunately, Goggles doesn't run the stream. Right, Goggles? Goggles does not run the stream. I got to figure out ways to more effectively promote this, I guess. Maybe put out like a community post or something and let you guys know that I'm going to be doing it. Figure out a good time. I just kind of haphazardly. I guess this is all just exploratory research, just learning how to do it. Obviously, as you can see, I have no problem just babbling. I talk to myself all day long. So, you know, I'm basically just talking to myself on camera here. So, right, Goggle Man? Goggle knows all about it. Goggles knows all about it. Let's, oh, here we go. Dance party goggles. Dance party goggles. Goggles with bubbles. This is Goggles at dawn. This is Goggles in a dream. This is dream state goggles. Glamour goggles. That's one more for Clarice. 8mm goggles. Oh, I like this. This has got that old-timey feel. This is like the goggles would teach you like about good manners or something, some sort of PSA. Documentary goggles. This would be like if Goggles were like a rock star or something. We could tell his tale of his meteoric rise to fame, and then he got all messed up on on drugs or something, right? And then his record label dropped him. So we'll go back to no filter. We prefer Goggles. We prefer our Goggles with no filter. Just be yourself, Goggles. No filter, please. No filter makes the best content, Goggles. No filter Goggles makes the best content. See, when I rotate it this way, it says orientation is locked. Rotate device back. But then later on, when I watch it, it'll be fine. So sorry if that disoriented you. I would like to do it that. I still got to figure this out. I always forget. So forgetful. Right, Goggle Man? What was I talking about? What does the crush filter do? How's that a crush? What is that crush? Is that this is what it looks like when you have a crush on Goggles? I'm not getting that one. Blush. That doesn't really seem. Beam. All these filters. They're cool, but oh, noir. This is silent film goggles. Okay, let me be quiet. Fiend. Let's go back to bubbles. Bubble goggles. Bubble goggles. Dream state goggles. What else we got? Silver screen. Oh, that's cool. That's another cool one. I like that one. Yeah, well, that's really cool. Clark Gable as goggles. Ooh, sketch. How cool is that? That is so awesome. I like that one. Haunt. This is Blair Witch Project goggles. Right, goggles? Should we give you a view of goggles right up his nose with a snot bubble, like the Blair Witch Project? But no, I really like sketch. That's cool. It's like the Aha video. Take on goggles. Take on goggles. Clip that. Someone clip that. No filter. Like I said, we like our goggles without a filter. We like our goggles with no filter. Part of the problem, I think, is the thumbnails are still getting me. It's just like, smile for a thumbnail, and I have like 3 seconds. It's like, I get the worst pictures. You know? I'm just not ready for it. I got to remember. I got to write myself a little checklist. But like I said, this is mostly just exploratory research. Oh, you could save highlights. That's pretty cool. Huh. Enable flash. Okay. Share. We could share the... Okay. Share the stream. We could share the stream. Okay, we're learning. I didn't realize there was a 3-dot menu down here with some interesting features. You can mute the microphone. Well, why would I do that? I love the sound of my own voice. Just ask me. Right, Goggles? It's like, yeah, all this guy does is talk to himself. It's ridiculous. The amount of talking to himself that this guy does is just ridiculous. So I guess we'll end the stream in about 8 minutes. We're at the 22-minute mark. We'll go for a half hour today. It doesn't look like anybody is going to show up, and that's fine. Like I said, this is just exploratory. I got to learn how to promote it. Now that I know that you could share it, that will help. Making a community post will probably help as well. I'm just thinking out loud here. If anybody happens to watch this, if you have any tricks of the trade, anything you think might help, constructive criticism in any way, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Let me know which is your favorite cat. Are you a Goggles grouper? Are you a member of the Goggles group? Or she's not here right now, but are you a member of the Clarice Corporation? Oh, Goggles is on the move. So let's get up and go. Let's see what Goggles has for us. Uh-oh, yeah, we can't let Goggles into the garage. He will find his way into the floor beams, the floor joists of the house. And then the next thing you know, oh, okay, we're going to get something cool here. We're going to get some scratching. Let's save a highlight. I thought there was going to be some scratching. So what do you do now? I don't know. Well, we'll just see what happens. There's only one way to learn. I always say to any of the young people out there who are looking for advice from a middle-aged Gen X guy like me, the best advice I can give you, you want to learn stuff, just make mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Make all the mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Obviously, don't go around making mistakes for mistakes' sake, but don't be afraid to do something wrong the first time in order to learn how to do it right. Nothing teaches you how to do stuff right than doing stuff wrong. And then obviously, when you make a mistake, you own up to it. You fix the mistake. And that's, like you want to frame a wall, but you don't know how. Just frame a wall. And, so you framed it, you framed the wall out of plumb and you realized it. And now, okay, I know what to do differently next time, or if you want to hook up a hot water heater and you run the cold line where the hot line's supposed to go. Well, you learn not to do that, I mean, obviously, those are just very elementary examples, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Do not be afraid to make mistakes in life. That's the best advice. That's the advice that has been the most useful to myself. That's, I was once a person who felt that if you didn't get everything right the first time, everybody was going to judge you for it. And, obviously, I guess people are going to do that. And once you make it, people are always looking for reasons to cut you down. And a mistake to a lot of small-minded people is a good reason to cut you down. But don't be afraid of that. And don't be afraid of those people. And don't let those people control, how you live your life and how you get the most out of it. So there's my unsolicited 2 cents. Hopefully it helps someone. If someone could have said that to me in a way that made sense when I was younger, it probably would have helped me a bit. But So we got a toy basket here. This was Peanut's toy basket mostly. The cats do play with it. We got a cute little owl. Cute little owl. And I guess this is like a piglet or a lamb. Oh, it's a lamb. It looks like a lamb. And a hedgehog. Good doggy. This was Peanut's basketball. He loved that. He loved all his toys. He would just randomly come in here and pull a toy, and you would know it was playtime. Unfortunately, Peanut has crossed the Rainbow Bridge a few years ago. That was a sad time, but fond memories remain. You guys all know how it is. They're with you, and they enrich your life. I don't know where the cats are, so I guess maybe if I can't find Goggles, we're just going to end the stream here because that probably means he's in the garage and I have some corralling to do. Okay, well, get a good look at that, huh? Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I really appreciate it, the one person or two people who popped in. We'll keep doing this, and we'll keep making it happen, and it can only go up from here. So happy Caturday to everyone, and we'll see you again soon.